Good evening, and welcome to tonight's special tech report. What we're witnessing in the world of artificial intelligence today is something extraordinary, something that has sent shockwaves across global stock markets, particularly in the United States. The name everyone is now talking about is DeepSeek, a startup from China, and its groundbreaking developments are threatening to shake the very foundation of the AI landscape. Just days ago, this once obscure company, known to few outside of China, has exploded onto the international scene. It's a shocking twist, because while the world's tech giants, especially the likes of OpenAI, Google, and NVIDIA, have been dominating the AI race with deep pocket investments and massive infrastructure, DeepSeek has been able to achieve remarkable breakthroughs with a fraction of the investment and in a fraction of the time. Now, how did a one-year-old startup manage to develop technology that is not only competitive with the most advanced AI models from Silicon Valley, but also capable of disrupting the market? The answer lies in DeepSeek's radical innovation in algorithmic efficiency. Unlike the conventional giants, who rely on massive computational power and vast data centers, DeepSeek's AI model, DeepSeek v3, was trained in just under 2 months with an astonishingly low cost of around $5.6 million, far less than the $100 million to $1 billion spent by companies like Anthropic and OpenAI to train their models. To put this into perspective, Meta has projected an eye-watering $65 billion budget for its AI projects. DeepSeek's approach, however, could redefine what we know about AI's future development. So, how did they manage to achieve this? DeepSeek's secret sauce is its breakthrough in creating highly efficient algorithms that can run on consumer-grade hardware. Their flagship model, DeepSeek R1, can even be post-trained on a standard laptop, something no other major AI model can boast of. This opens up possibilities that were previously unimaginable. Imagine running cutting-edge AI right on your personal device, bypassing the need for costly cloud services and expensive computational infrastructure. But it's not just about the technology. DeepSeek's rise is as much a story about timing and market disruption. The company, which emerged from the crowded tech ecosystem in China, found a gap in the AI market, where the expensive, resource-heavy models of the big players have dominated for so long. With DeepSeek, we're seeing the possibility of a democratized AI, more affordable, accessible, and sustainable. However, this breakthrough has not come without its challenges. The AI industry in the US has been shaken by these developments, and not everyone is on board with the rise of DeepSeek. In fact, there's a growing sense of unease among certain factions of the tech world. While the Chinese government has largely been supportive of DeepSeek's innovation, Western tech giants and regulatory bodies in the US have voiced concerns over the implications of such a rapid rise. Critics argue that DeepSeek's rise may be too fast, too disruptive, and too outside of established norms. Some experts fear that this could be the beginning of an AI Cold War, where technology companies battle for global dominance, not just through innovation, but also through political influence and market power. Then there's the elephant in the room. DeepSeek is based in China. For many, this adds an extra layer of complexity. The geopolitical landscape between China and the United States is tense, to say the least. DeepSeek's technology has attracted the attention of Washington, and not all of it is favorable. Could this rapidly growing Chinese AI startup be seen as a national security threat? Will there be efforts to block its rise in Western markets? And how will this affect the global tech ecosystem? In a world where data privacy, cybersecurity, and global tech monopolies are becoming increasingly important, DeepSeek is caught in a delicate balancing act. It must navigate the technical challenges of scaling up its revolutionary technology while also managing the political and social implications of being a Chinese company in a highly sensitive sector like AI. Yet, despite these challenges, DeepSeek is already making waves. The company's app recently reached the top spot on Apple's App Store, surpassing even ChatGPT in terms of downloads. This achievement underscores just how quickly DeepSeek has become a force to be reckoned with. Its cost-efficient AI model is beginning to change the game, and the world is watching closely to see if it will continue to disrupt the market, or if the entrenched giants will find a way to reclaim their dominance. Looking ahead, the future of AI could be shaped by two distinct paths: the algorithmic efficiency championed by DeepSeek, or the brute force computing of companies like NVIDIA, which have built empires on the back of massive data centers and expensive infrastructure. What we do know is that the race is on, and DeepSeek has certainly accelerated the pace. Could this be the Sputnik moment of the AI era? Could this be the beginning of a new era of tech, where the global power dynamics of Silicon Valley are upended by a more efficient, cost-effective alternative emerging from China? Or will the deep-pocketed giants push back and force DeepSeek into the background? The answer to these questions will unfold in the coming months and years. For now, DeepSeek's emergence is an undeniable wake-up call, one that has left the tech world rethinking the future of AI and, perhaps, the very nature of how we build and consume technology. The impact of DeepSeek's rise will be felt for years to come, not only in the AI sector, but also in how global companies approach innovation, efficiency, and the balance of power in the digital age. As DeepSeek continues to make waves in the global tech world, one question has sparked growing controversy. Is DeepSeek truly a private company? Or is it backed, financed, or even subsidized by the Chinese government under Xi Jinping's leadership? To answer this, we must look at DeepSeek's origins and its evolution over the past year. While the company presents itself as a private startup, reports suggest that its rapid rise may not be as independent as it seems. DeepSeek's meteoric success in creating cutting-edge AI technology has raised eyebrows, especially considering its relatively small initial investment and the speed at which it developed. DeepSeek was founded with a vision of creating AI models that are both highly efficient and cost-effective, an ambitious goal, especially when you consider the immense resources required by other companies to develop similar technology. However, the company's financial backing has raised questions about its true independence. One major point of controversy is DeepSeek's relationship with the Chinese government. While it officially claims to be a private entity, many industry experts speculate that the company has received significant funding and subsidies from Chinese state-owned entities. In a country where the government heavily invests in strategic sectors like technology, it's nearly impossible for a company like DeepSeek to grow at such an extraordinary pace without some form of government support, whether direct or indirect. China's government has been very vocal about its desire to become a global leader in artificial intelligence, and DeepSeek's breakthroughs fit perfectly within this larger national strategy. In fact, AI is a key part of Xi Jinping's vision for the future, and DeepSeek's rise aligns with China's broader ambitions to dominate the tech landscape. But the questions don't stop there. The Chinese government has been known to provide financial backing to companies in critical sectors, including AI, as part of its effort to bolster national champions. This raises the issue of state influence. Although DeepSeek operates as a private company, its rapid ascent has led some to wonder, could it be benefiting from favorable treatment in exchange for adhering to the government's agenda? Is DeepSeek an independent private player? Or is it, in essence, a government-sponsored entity in all but name? Moreover, DeepSeek's alignment with Chinese national interests becomes particularly concerning in the context of global tech competition. As China aims to reduce its reliance on foreign technologies, particularly from the United States, DeepSeek's rise could be seen as a move to challenge the dominance of US-based companies in the AI space. This has raised alarms, particularly in the West, about the potential for Chinese state-controlled technology to shape the global AI landscape. But what does this mean for DeepSeek's future and its relationship with the Chinese government? Many analysts believe that DeepSeek's private status could be a strategic move to avoid scrutiny, allowing it to develop and expand without facing the same level of regulatory hurdles or restrictions that other Chinese state-owned companies might encounter. However, this also means that as DeepSeek continues to grow and gain global prominence, it may become more difficult for the company to avoid the spotlight and the accusations of state interference that are now beginning to surface. Critics argue that DeepSeek's success is not entirely a product of market forces, but rather reflective of China's aggressive push to develop homegrown technology. In this view, DeepSeek's ability to produce cutting-edge AI models at a fraction of the cost of Western firms may be due in part to government subsidies or preferential access to data and resources that are not available to private companies in other countries. This would give DeepSeek a major competitive edge, further amplifying the concerns that this rise may not be purely organic or fair competition. But here's where the controversy deepens. There are growing fears among Western nations that DeepSeek's technology could be used to advance China's geopolitical interests. With the US and China engaged in an ongoing tech and trade war, the rapid success of a Chinese company like DeepSeek is seen by some as a direct challenge to US tech giants. The fear is that DeepSeek's AI models could be used for espionage, surveillance, or cyber operations, contributing to China's global influence in ways that are not immediately transparent. In fact, DeepSeek's technology could be leveraged in a variety of ways by the Chinese government, especially when it comes to the mass surveillance capabilities that AI models can enable. For instance, DeepSeek's image recognition models or behavioral prediction systems could be used by the Chinese government to enhance its already extensive surveillance networks, raising concerns among Western governments about the security and privacy risks posed by such a powerful technology. In light of these concerns, some analysts have suggested that DeepSeek's success may not only represent a commercial triumph, but also a reflection of the broader geopolitical struggle between China and the West. This has led to growing calls for increased scrutiny of the company's financial backing and its possible ties to the Chinese state. So, is DeepSeek truly an independent player in the global tech market, or is it a government-backed entity, advancing China's national interests under the guise of private enterprise? The reality, it seems, is likely somewhere in between. As the company grows and its influence expands, the world will undoubtedly be watching closely, especially as geopolitical tensions continue to rise. Ultimately, the rise of DeepSeek challenges traditional notions of what it means to be a private company in the age of tech giants and government involvement in the private sector. The line between private and public has become increasingly blurred, and as DeepSeek's story unfolds, it may offer us a glimpse into the future of global competition and government intervention in the development of new technologies. As we dive deeper into the evolution of DeepSeek AI, it's impossible to ignore the comparison to another major player in the field of artificial intelligence, ChatGPT. While DeepSeek's rapid rise and its ties to the Chinese government have raised eyebrows, it's crucial to understand how its technology stacks up against that of ChatGPT, a product of OpenAI, a company based in the US that's also pushing the boundaries of AI. At the core of both companies' innovations lies a similar goal: creating AI models that can understand and generate human-like text. However, the differences in their approach to achieving this are striking. DeepSeek AI has been praised for its efficiency, creating cutting-edge models with a fraction of the investment and resources required by its competitors. While giants like NVIDIA or even OpenAI have relied on massive capital investments and extensive computing power to develop their AI models, DeepSeek has been able to achieve similar results with fewer resources, a testament to the company's remarkable focus on cost-effectiveness and optimization. In contrast, ChatGPT, built by OpenAI, operates on a significantly larger scale. OpenAI's models are known for their immense datasets and computational needs, supported by partnerships with tech giants like Microsoft. The sheer scale of OpenAI's infrastructure allows it to process complex queries and generate detailed, contextually aware responses. However, this also means ChatGPT requires massive computational resources, something that DeepSeek has managed to minimize while still achieving impressive outcomes. DeepSeek has made waves by specializing in specific AI use cases, ranging from image recognition to behavioral prediction, enabling it to rapidly deploy technology that can be used across a variety of industries. Its models are designed to not only compete on performance, but also on the practicality of their applications. DeepSeek seems laser-focused on becoming the go-to AI solution for sectors like surveillance, cybersecurity, and predictive analytics, where precision, cost-effectiveness, and speed are paramount. ChatGPT, on the other hand, excels in its versatility. From writing essays to generating poetry, answering complex queries to holding casual conversations, ChatGPT has gained significant popularity for its broad applicability in various domains. It is a generalist AI designed to adapt to numerous tasks, which has made it a go-to for individuals and companies looking for an all-in-one language model. Its conversational abilities and ease of integration into platforms make it incredibly user-friendly, driving its widespread adoption. While both companies are competing in the same space, there is an undeniable geopolitical angle. DeepSeek's Meteoric rise, particularly in the context of its potential ties to the Chinese government, adds an extra layer of complexity. In contrast, ChatGPT, as part of OpenAI, faces a different set of challenges, particularly with its reliance on Western markets and government regulations that can be slow-moving and restrictive. In the context of AI's global impact, DeepSeek and ChatGPT represent two very different models. DeepSeek's rapid growth, bolstered by potential government backing, could be seen as a strategic move to propel China to the forefront of global tech. This raises questions of national security, as AI could become another weapon in geopolitical conflicts, especially in areas like surveillance and data control. ChatGPT, with its roots in the West, faces its own set of challenges. The US is increasingly concerned about AI's potential for misuse, particularly when it comes to issues of privacy and data protection. Additionally, as more countries look to develop their own domestic AI capabilities, OpenAI faces intense competition not only from DeepSeek, but also from other emerging AI players in the East. Can DeepSeek catch up to ChatGPT's popularity? Despite DeepSeek's impressive efficiency, it still faces the challenge of matching the global popularity and brand recognition that ChatGPT has amassed over the past few years. ChatGPT has become a household name, especially with the rise of platforms like ChatGPT Plus and its widespread integration into various applications, from educational tools to customer service solutions. On the other hand, DeepSeek's lower profile, largely due to its links to China and its relatively recent emergence in the global market, presents an opportunity for growth. If DeepSeek can break through the barriers of its regional market and gain the trust of Western clients, its innovative approach and cost-effective models could quickly put it on par with, if not ahead of, ChatGPT in terms of market impact. As DeepSeek continues to rise, shaking the foundations of the global tech industry, one thing is certain: we are entering a new chapter in artificial intelligence. With its disruptive innovations, DeepSeek has begun to challenge tech giants like NVIDIA and OpenAI's ChatGPT, proving that groundbreaking advancements don't always require endless resources. This marks a turning point for AI, one where efficiency, cost-effectiveness, and international competition are at the forefront. But with DeepSeek's rapid expansion and the cloud of potential government involvement, the stakes are high. What does this mean for the future of AI, and how will it shape the global tech landscape in the years to come? Will DeepSeek lead the charge in this new era of AI, or will ChatGPT and other Western giants maintain their hold on the market? The race for AI supremacy is far from over. DeepSeek's next moves will undoubtedly have a profound impact on how we interact with AI in the future, making it crucial to stay updated on their every step. And with the political and technological shifts on the horizon, we may be witnessing a fundamental shift in the way nations approach AI development. So, the real question remains: who will define the future of AI? Will DeepSeek or ChatGPT emerge victorious in this high-stakes technological race? Stay tuned, because the AI arms race is just getting started. And trust us, this is a story you won't want to miss. What do you think? Will DeepSeek outpace ChatGPT in the global AI race, or will the established players hold their ground? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to stay ahead of the curve and keep track of all the latest AI developments, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Let's keep the conversation going.